and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 25 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and welcome to Christmas in July. On the 25th of every month, some of my scrappy friends and I get together and we try and do something Christmassy, a layout. Sometimes I do some cards, some little projects, some little DIY presents, that kind of thing. And today I'm doing a layout and I'm using a sketch as my pin. So don't forget, of course, to pop on down below and follow along with everybody who is playing with Off the Board today, and with everybody who is playing with Christmas in July as well. So this page is going to go into my generic Christmas album. As you know, I have a Christmas album which is really just a general Christmas album with traditions, with memories from whenever, from many years. And then every year I try and add maybe something specific to that year, or something new if there is something new. But if the story repeats every year and it's already in the album, then I don't redo it. So I don't do anything daily. I do some layouts and recording every single year, but not the repetitive types of activities. I did go through my album once, and I've been doing quite a few layouts through this series as well as cards and everything else. So I will be doing another sort of walkthrough of where I'm at with that album sometime in August, because I would like to try and get myself up to date with all of the generic layouts that are being done. So today's sketch is a lovely scrapping around the clock. So it's a Laura Whitaker sketch, which I always love. I used my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And I use this lovely resist type paper that, or cardstock really, that Christy included in there. And I think it's so much fun. So I used my white cardstock, backed it on a frame of green cardstock, and then on my background, as has been my pattern lately for a lot of things, I used the packaging technique. I used two Shimmers Mist, a Palm Reader for the more olivey, and 4-leaf clover for the brighter green. I used my Paige Evans bubble or little circle stencil because it sort of reminded me a little bit of snow, of winter, and I used my Golden Light modeling paste, and then I just did a little bit of splattering in the Heidi Swap Peach so that I could bring in some of that sort of orangey, orange and orangey red colors that I have here. And then for this, I just went in and did some ink blending and then wiped it so that the background did keep a little bit. It's sort of, I think I used Lucky Limeade as my ink. It's a Stampin' Up! Ink. Actually, I used two, because I used a lighter one as well, so that you can see there's some darker and some lighter circles. And I just love that effect, and I cut it down for this sort of larger piece. And here, so I stayed fairly true to the sketch, I guess maybe in with the addition, of course, of the mixed media on the background, but otherwise I stayed fairly true to the sketch. I added maybe a little bit of a cluster up here, moved my title down, but for the basis and the layering, I used a 6x6 here, which I cut down the middle so I could use it to span across the photo, and then the little 2x6 piece that was left, I punched out a star and used the strip up here. So I just sort of layered that in the background. layered this lovely little banner piece here, and something different, I tucked in to the top here, so I'd have a little bit of a repetition of that. Added a little yellow doily here because I wanted to put some yellow here and some yellow here, so that it would give an extra little pop. So in the cluster down here, I did one of the punched out stars, some glasses, and the title here is just ready because this is my nephew posting on his Insta stories and sending to us good night. The container fully loaded up on the night of the 22nd. Joey usually doesn't finish until 10 or so. 2 days later, it's empty. But we are so organized. We have fun. Exhausted, but not stressed. So we have this massive container, and these are all Christmas logs, cakes. And we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And this container is outside because they are frozen. So every year, and I will have a layout about that as well as we turn into these crazy people watching the weather, because we need that container for about a week and we need it to stay below freezing. So that's a photo of him saying goodnight. And this we do every single year. It used to be that we would load up this container pretty much only on the 23rd at night, that the big, big, big day was the 24th. But it is now spread out. People have learned not all to come on the same day. So we have a nice, extremely busy few days, and therefore use this container for about a week. Did my little cluster up here. Now up here, in the sketch, the journaling is up there, but as you can see, I had a little bit more to say than would fit there. So I just added this lovely little dimensional sticker that my lovely friend Karina from Sweden sent me. It is from Pandoro, I think is what it's called. So it's a lovely Swedish company. So I love getting that little bit on there. That sort of looked Christmassy to me. It looked like a little bit like an ornament. So I thought I would get it on there. So just some glasses here so we can see the container properly. And there you have it. A fairly simple layout, fun story. And this is a generic story. So it's down. It does not need to be repeated. We do this every single year, and we have been doing it every single year since 2008. So that's what I mean by generic. This layout is in my album. I don't need to record it again or any differences unless there's something major in any given year. I use the sketch as my pin, so please pop on down below and see what everybody is getting up to with Off the Board today. All the links will be there, as well as Christmas in July, and see what my Christmas in July friends are up to today as well. And I will see you back here tomorrow for day 26. Thanks for being with me. Bye.